should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a time.
Oh, God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot and doing nothing but standing on the lot.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball
into a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault. That's right. Greetings, everybody. It's all my fault. How's everybody doing out there today? I'm Laz.
And I'm Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shrouded Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure and or entertainment, however you want to take it. Today is Monday, March 13th, 2017 here inside Shrouded Avatar. Welcome to the show, everybody. Been an interesting weekend, and of course we've got quite the interesting visitor here today. Sorcerer Steve is hanging out on set while his machine syncs Unity 5.
5-5.
As he said.
5-5.
5.5, yes. Well, he just said Unity 5. We know what he meant, though.
Well, he said 5-5 earlier.
I only saw... Yeah. Well, it syncs, you know.
I only read what was on the screen.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe I read it wrong. That wouldn't be a first.
I think he only said it a couple of different ways, so yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
oh, wait, I'm sorry. It was Vascorpor, or List Rostov, that says his computer is syncing to Unity 5.5. He's upgrading to 5.5. Okay. And then Sorcerer Steve says, I'm also syncing to Unity 5.
I'm going to sit with you guys while I sync Unity 5 is what I saw from Steve. I didn't see List.
Yeah, so
List came in and said, hey, I'm not going to be here for lunch. I'll have to catch the show and replays today. I said, no worries. That's why it's out there for you folks to catch us if you can't catch us live here on the set daily. So plenty of ways to catch us out there. Jack, you want to tell them about one or two ways they could catch us if they're not catching us live?
Well, you can always catch us on repeats on WRFB.
WRFB,
that is
right.
RadioFreeBritannia.com or WRFB.rocks, and it's repeated 3 times, actually more, every single day at 12, 3, 6, and 9 around the clock. So anytime that clock hits those numbers, you will actually hear us rebroadcast on Radio Free Britannia. Or you can always go to either Laz's or myself's YouTube channel, or you can also visit our Twitch channels and see us all the time as well.
That's right. And of course, don't forget the app. You can listen to the podcast daily in the app. It's posted right after the show. So if you missed it and you just want to listen to a rebroadcast on your own time, you can do that in the app. And if you want access to past shows in audio format, you can go to Patreon and become a patron, and you'll get access to the past shows as well. Now that housekeeping's out of the way, interesting weekend out there coming off the telethon. Friday, we have the update of the Avatar number 218 hit. There was a bunch of folks. Of course, you all spent the weekend.
I hate to tell you this, I haven't read it yet because I had a full weekend.
Well, I was just going to move on to that, as we know that the Sherwood Forest Fair was happening over the weekend. After Justin sat in with you on Friday's show, you guys headed right out for lunch to meet Scotty, and from there the weekend was on a roll. So you want to tell us a little about the adventures of Jack and Justin over the couple days?
Well, let's see. Like right before the show, Justin did have a meeting over at Portalarium.
She was down at the offices with the guys,
she was talking
right?
home deco and working on spreadsheets to fix collisions within a variety of houses for new players, as well as for people that haven't purchased things off the asset store. And one of the things that they're going to do in order to facilitate that bug tracking is make those homes available on the QA server for anyone that has QA access.
Nice.
So that way all the homes can be tested, because it's kind of hard for bug reports to come in on a home that hasn't been tested. And the funny thing is, so Justin and Scotty were talking about their QA process for surfaces, and they were nearly identical. It was rug, a fruit or vegetable of one type. Justin goes with the onion, whereas Scotty goes with an apple, and then there was one other small piece, and that's how Justin troubleshoots things. And Scotty was actually referring to like his QA process when he's in the design, to make sure that when he's building things that surfaces work. And then they were talking about like having to remember that you can actually rotate things on X and Y axes for some objects, especially the X axis, in order to get some things to line up properly. And they were talking about specifically the hangings of stockings during the Christmas season, which is really funny.
One good example.
Yeah, so I mean, Justin is a professional book stacker in game, so she loves lighting up books. And then she's a deco gal. We know that. And deco is every time somebody melts something down in the store, Justin sheds a tear for that melted down item. Don't know what you're talking about. Nah, but then she came over here right before the show, and she was borrowing my laptop and headphones, and then you saw that where she moved on screen with me, and then I just wanted to say, if anybody really paid attention to my Twitch stream, you would have noticed that she was sitting right over the part where it said sin, and then I was assist for the names. I don't know what to read into that one. So
yeah.
But
I still don't think most people get that.
No, they don't. Then after that, I mean, when we're eating with Scotty and hanging out, Winfield was there as well, and we just had great conversations about like game development, other things, as well as influences. Grand tour of Scotty's house.
Yes, now I hear that's an experience unto itself, taking a visit to Scotty Jones's place.
Well, it is, because I did not know this, that he was not born in the U.S. And
What?
yes, so
Deport.
he was born somewhere in East Asia. I forgot exactly where. So military family, but he was born off base. So dual citizenship, and it wasn't until he was 4 or 5 that he actually set foot on American soil. And then from there, I mean, so it's start going through all the influences and everything else, and the fact that right by his door he's got 2 of Yolo's crossbows like just hanging out, and
oh man, nice.
Prepared to be fired.
Prepared? They loaded and ready? I wouldn't be surprised.
They are not locked and loaded, just because that would damage the string over time. I mean, it wouldn't shoot as
true. That would, the tension would really get worn for keeping it in that position. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, then after that, Justin dropped me off before dinner. So she went on her merry way. I have no idea what she did that night. But Saturday morning, we did meet up at the Sherwood Forest Fair, and we had a blast. But we're going to talk about the update of the Avatar number 218 to really throw people for a loop.
Oh, okay.
Because around that
let's go ahead.
time, the update of the Avatar came out.
Well, that actually happened before Saturday. That came out
on Friday.
On Friday. That's
Friday
right.
afternoon while I was
Now, I would actually like to turn our attention, something we don't normally do on a Monday, to Friday stand-up and just really throw all caution to the wind out the window.
okay, we can do that. I've
Because
got it up on screen right now.
we've been keeping you abreast of course, the stand-up corner like we do. But we got official notice from a certain somebody about a certain map with a very certain word added in front of it into the stand-up corner.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I do know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to play around with it.
Okay.
So this is Friday stand-up, which we normally do not do on a Monday. So don't forget stand-up corners where they say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down. We don't know whether or not it's yesterday's or today's. And since we're also reading it, this happened sometime last week. So over in the art department, Fletch was working on the telethon and new assets and vile weapons. Kevin working on hair transparency and NPC head polish. He's taking lessons from Led Zepp on how to
polish one's head.
How to loosen it up first. Yes.
Listen to the song here,
What
man.
are you doing in that outhouse, mister?
Back.
Better not leave a mess in there.
Clean up after yourself. And then working on lantern equipment, Matt the almighty Gix Vargas himself working on the King Cobalt and confetti and giant harp animations.
You do that so well.
I watched lots of it over the weekend. Reed working on pavers.
Yay, pavers.
Over in design, Seawolf. Working on telethon and Verdanus mines and impaling corpses.
Ooh.
More lessons from Led Zepp.
Impale that corpse. It's not dead enough for me.
That's right. It's looking at what Led Zepp does to sheep. Proper methodology.
Lost my
And then from there, Dan working on the
And the man.
Run Ruins and teleporters. Sanyo working on telethon and devotional caretaker NPCs and teleporter NPCs and harvest NPCs. Lum the Mad working on that task list.
The mad.
Task list and telethon. Sorcerer Steve was working on telethon and cast ruin traps and
That's right.
paladin
Cheer
forts.
it, Steve.
That's right. Vascor
Steve's out
4.
there cheering us on.
Yay.
Yes,
And-
of course.
Otherwise known as List Rostov working on the telethon and the fall shards. The fall shards. And playtest crafting. Over in tech, Bobby working on soda map integration, and Eric was working on...
That's the big one.
It
Not
is
map
big.
integration.
Soda
integration. And
Big.
that's the big one.
Because Jacob White has done a tremendous amount of work on all of those maps, and they're the most up-to-date, and they're the most accurate that we know of.
Well, I've been, and you've been here as well. We've been very big proponents of Jacob White's map.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that we had the little mini maps that we get that came in, and they've been okay, but for them to finally step up and find a way to integrate Soda Map into your window so that now when you hit for a map, you're going to get Soda Map in the game, man. I mean, that's
awesome.
That's going to make Navigator obsolete, unfortunately, but
Well, I mean, it's one where he may have shared some of that code for the Navigator just so that way it facilitates the inclusion of the Soda Map.
Nonetheless, this is something I've been waiting to see. I've been looking for to happen to him as well as all the gamers, because now we can, aside from just having to send people a Soda Map, we can now tell them how to access the map once it's integrated. And they'll have a lot easier time navigating the world. So,
Oh yeah.
big plus on the new user front as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Then Bobby.
I had to get that out there.
Yeah. Then Eric is working on Playertown sieges and AI movement updates. JY working on localization and world items. Wizard Smoke. He was also puff past the task list as well as load time performance. Burning Toad.
The burn.
He's still scratching the itch that's known as lot deed renaming and magic movers. Over in QA, the Attenwood was working on sanity testing, regression, and telethon support and testing. Serafina working on customer service and telethon support and testing and forums. Are useless.
Customer service. Sarah's on it. She was great this weekend. I dropped the CS report on Thursday, and I had an answer on Friday and a solution. Serafina rocking it out.
Awesome. Our useless overhead group, we do have the Gorn. Working on that red Speedo as he worked on the telethon and meetings and community. Barrick was working on telethon and community and weekly update and social announcements. Hutch was working on the Oracle Colossus and telethon, and Bob support. Bob got a little wasted during the telethon. And planet realignment, which means planet realignment means all that hard work from Bo and Bloodgood is to be updated. Yes.
Realign.
Hey, just because it was 300 real years between the actual in-game planetary alignment.
Yeah, right.
So that's going to be updated. Then KX was working on the telethon and flash sales and weekly update and R40 decorations and winning. That's right. Darkstar was working on telethon mastery and weekly update. And that's what they said that they were working on Friday.
But yes, I had to get that map mention in because all week we had been watching maps. And Friday they threw in the magic word, soda map. So
I thought on Wednesday or Thursday that they also had it. Yeah, it was on Thursdays. Thursdays had the soda map integration.
I thought it just had map integration.
No, Wednesday had soda map hooks.
See, I didn't see those. I don't know how we missed those on those days.
We missed Wednesdays because we didn't do a show because of the telethon.
On Thursday, yes.
And then
okay.
On Friday, when I read it, you must have glossed over it because I read it.
Yeah, well, Friday's show was
you were distracted. You were distracted by the sin that was on the set.
Just like today's show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely
you would never not pay attention to anything that's going on. So, update of the Avatar number 218 did come out on Friday. A lot of that update is going to be stuff that we have seen before recently, but many people in the community don't actually pay attention to anything until it hits the update of the Avatar. So, City Kobold weapons, which we covered last week when they were uploaded to Sketchfab. This is all work that was done by Fletcher, and so we have seen these weapons before. We
the
went
electric
over these.
axe.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all about that ornate chainsword.
The ornate chainsword.
Just because, to me, that is the most useless weapon there is.
Yeah, the Kobold Cloud Cannon.
Yes, the Cloud Cannon.
The electric rifle.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta love this. Where's our favorite? The electric blunderbuss, which looks really hot.
Well,
I've seen a reel on it.
I wonder if they're going to bring back the reach around with the inoperable Kobold Cloud Cannon.
Well, the inoperables are still out there in the world. I've actually seen them on. People are actually selling those now.
Oh yeah, I just think it's funny. But is the emote still broken for it?
That's a good question.
When it's equipped.
I haven't had one since.
Because if you're not doing the reach around with that thing, then it's not really useful. And then if you watched the telethon, we did go over a lot of the Obsidian Kabbalist wearables. That was all showcased on the telethon last week.
That is correct.
As well as what each of the Kabbalists, their sphere is. we covered that last week as well, including the Cobblest boots with their pointy pointies.
The pointy toes, man. I tell you, you don't want to get kicked in the crotch with a pair of those, Bubby.
Hey, you want to know what's really funny? I got Lord British to Jira the location of the Serpent Spine Mines.
What do you mean, Jira it?
So if you go to sodamap.com and you look at the location of the Serpent Spine Mines,
Right.
then you compare that to the picture of the world map provided by Portalarium. The Serpent Spine Mines are supposed to be in the Serpent Spine Mountains.
Okay.
The location on Sodamap has them out in a grasslands that is to the northwest of the Serpent Spine Mines. So they need to be moved closer to my player-owned town of Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Now we know they've remastered and reworked some of that, so you realize that not everything is going to flow verbatim to your storyline. You understand that, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just pointed that out, and it's a bug report. That's all I know.
Yeah.
They
I
can
also
move it if they
heard
want
that
to.
it was a bug report, and this came through the grapevine. Is that we should report that we can't make wood scrap from wood, and that's just a stupidity bug.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
was that reported, Jack? Did you report that stupidity bug that we can't make wood scrap from wood?
No, I have not, but I probably will, considering the sound in game as far as the radius for playing instruments is finally being looked at, and it took me reporting that finally because you refuse to, even though you like to complain about it.
It's
Like I said, you have to bug report everything. Bug report everything. Anytime there's
300 bug reports is not going to help me get anywhere.
Anytime there's a new release where they have not actually updated something that is a broken mechanic, you might as well bug report it again, because they may have thought that they fixed it.
Isn't that what Jira is for?
Hey. You act like they have never broken anything in
an
update.
Every release, they break everything they put in. So
remember, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
1 step back. Yes.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I don't believe
That's
or
still progress.
sign up to that philosophy.
Still progress. Early access, baby. Early access.
That's right. That's why I don't knock it.
That's right. Then, so Serpent Spine Mines, which has been an awesome job, as well as the making of the fall by
The fall.
Bass. Poor. Because you can't fall down enough. And don't forget to go hang out in the PvP bar where I was talking with List Rostov, Vascorpor, during the telethon, hanging out and just talking with people. And he did enlighten me that the NPCs that are going to be hanging out in that bar are going to have a neutral flag sometimes, and sometimes their flag is just going to flip and they're going to start attacking each other. Or anything and everything. So bar fights might occasionally go have a blast. Which I think is really funny, because it would be better if it was like just a random time that the flip would happen. So drunken brawls will occur in that bar.
Yeah, will they spill out into the street and take out onlookers? That would be fun.
Well, depends on whether or not they can ever get that tech in the game to where you can toss a person through a stained glass window. Yes. Out the door, through the window.
Kicks!
Or, see, what we really need is the tech is to grab Laz, slam him on the bar, and then make sure and knock off all the
drag him down and take all the mugs out as you're dragging me down the bar by the kilt.
Yes.
Well, we need a bar now. I see what you did. Now I'm going to have to rip apart the set and put a bar together.
Well, you could always slap it on my side of the property. It's got less useful things on it. Don't forget, NPC submission requests are for Harvest if you have access to the Dev Plus forums. Lum did make a post in there asking for all of the information for Harvest. And just message lum with that information.
Now, is this is for the people who have the reward, get an NPC in game?
That is correct. So that name
Okay,
an NPC in game, that it was the developer pledge and above. And so the funny thing is when Barrick takes that text verbatim and puts it out on the thing for everybody, it is only for those that have the Dev Plus access. So developer
That actually
and
have
pledge
that
and above.
reward,
Yeah.
correct?
So then,
Just a reminder.
yeah, don't forget Spring Telethon results. $142,000 was raised, which means we get lots and lots of magical things in game. Yay.
Ooh, the flower leap emote. I didn't catch that.
You didn't catch it? It's all of 5 seconds. So
Yeah, let's get it up there and show it. Yay.
it is going to be... The real question is, can we abuse that with looping that emote?
Repetitive emotes.
We'll see if we can do it. Don't forget the butterfly mask, the stained glass hand lantern, as well as the stained glass oil lamps, the topiary creatures, leaf shield, leaf spear, leaf fountain with floating candles, thorn bow, thorn sword, thorn wand, thorn staff, thorn mace, thorn two-handed sword, and we missed out on the farting mushroom.
The psychedelic mushrooms.
Yes,
man, they missed the psychedelic mushrooms.
We missed it by so little that it just would have taken one person to purchase Lord British's the first cloth map of the game.
Printed map.
First printed cloth map.
It's not cloth.
Felt like cloth to me.
It's an iron-on, isn't it?
And it is. Well, I forgot exactly what he said. How he printed
He went
it.
and got the paper so you can make an iron-on T-shirt, and he printed it on that, and that's what that was. And you could actually take that and make your own shirt out of it.
I've got a really close picture of it on my phone. Hold on. Because I remember you could see the strings hanging off of it. Oh wait, that's the one of the first drawings that he had. Yeah, but like if you won't be able to see it.
Yeah,
I'm looking
and you're
at
not centered on. You're not centered on the camera.
I'm intentionally not being centered because if you look at the very bottom, that's what I want you to focus on. You can see the strings hanging off of it.
You can't see that.
You can't see the strings. Yeah, I can
well,
see
not looking at that. If I switch over to the other video, I might be able to see it.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. I can see it. That's all that matters. I occasionally speak the truth. Occasionally. Then don't forget that they have made the bundles retroactively bigger. So starting in release 40, you'll need to go back to your banks and click on claim reward if you have a bundle that was purchased off the add-on store. Or not,
that's right.
From the store.
That's just about all of them. The Elven, the Obsidian,
Kobold,
the
Viking,
right.
or the Norgard.
And I tell you what, I went and looked at those as Donnie was buying in during the telethon, and man, they put some nice stuff in some of those. So
yes, and they also included the magic movers inside of the blood charity donations as well.
Yes.
And
that's right, Frost Shocks. Sorcerer Steve is sitting in on the set today, joining us.
Yes, Steve is hanging out, listen while he's upgrading his Unity. So lots and lots of bundles
Unity
updated.
5.5. Yep. It's coming, folks. We've been waiting for it. It's supposed to be a lot of nice things coming along with this.
And then this weekend, don't forget the flash sale. The flash sale was the music So all in-game music was on sale for 20% off, and that's still ongoing because they haven't ended it yet. And that should be ended very soon.
That is correct.
And the Lord British Original Shard of the Avatar cloth map prototype number 1. It did say it was cloth, and in this picture you can actually see a little bit.
Let's take a look at that now. Okay.
Yep.
Let's take a look at that. That is very interesting. Now, see, I could have sworn he said that was an iron-on.
Well, he probably did it as an iron-on onto cloth.
That's what you're looking at. He ironed it onto a piece of cloth, and that's what he's got. Oh.
Yeah.
So, I got it.
So remember, this is
He
one
took
of
an
two,
old
number
T-shirt,
2.
ironed it on, and cut the square out. Okay, I dig it now.
That was not an old T-shirt.
What was it?
Prototype, I guess.
I have no idea what it was, but it was not a T-shirt. Don't forget that number 2 is the one that's hanging up in his office. And then if you buy that, you also get the hanging out at their studio, just like in the picture. You actually have Hank, Tazar, I forgot her name, Blood Omen, the Mad Hatter's in that picture, Eowyn's in this picture. I forgot a couple of the other names, and I'm behind the picture somewhere. Yes, I'm behind.
Yeah.
I didn't take that picture, by the way.
Is that Flare in the corner over there?
That is Flare. Flare.
Okay.
Yes. She will hurt me for forgetting her.
I wasn't about to do that. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to get hurt.
What is it about girls and wanting to hit me
in other ways, but you know.
Well, yeah, but that's only on Tuesdays. It's tomorrow. Okay.
Yay. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. So that is it pretty much for the weekend update. The rest of it is information we've seen over and over and over again.
Yes. Well, the crafters competition. You want to give a shout out to those winners real quick? I guess we could do that.
First place was Scoffer with an obsidian set, it looks like. And then after that, we'd have Minerva's group with second place. And third place was a tie between Iliot and Kashiva. Those were the winners. Honorable mention was Nimu from, or I should say, Mom was the honorable mention.
Mom, nice.
Mom, Vivian Locke. She was the honorable mention, and I will let you know that she was furious about the competition because she blew up 50 swords in order to make the one sword.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was stupid.
Hey,
there she is.
I'm here.
You would act like I never heard the story of you blowing up 50 weapons and being extremely irate.
Oh my, I've never had that much trouble making fucking sword.
Working as intended.
So when you wanted to do something intentional to make it nice for competition, everything blew up. If you weren't trying for a competition, you probably would have had some great swords, is what you're saying.
Actually, I made Temmie's hammer 2 days later, and I did it in 3 tries.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Nice.
You never know with the math stuff around here.
I love Shroud Math.
Shroud math.
It's
I'll
real.
tell you.
It's awesome.
It's better than new math, that's for sure.
Fuzzy math. That's what we got.
Now, did you happen? And I'm gonna just ask real quick. We can bring this up for tomorrow because there was an article out there over the weekend, right before the weekend hit, about how math is killing the video game industry, and they went back to and picked some really classic games, even starting with, I believe it was Ultima 7 or Ultima 4, one of the two. And the conundrum and just the whole story, again, I don't want to do it today. We'll do it tomorrow. But math stuff over the years has been pretty interesting, and this guy really hits the hammer right on the head. when it comes to what they look at these days compared to what it was in the past. So something to look at for tomorrow.
Well, you're in the past. It was about flipping bits. So 1 0.
Yes, no, on, off. Yes.
And so when in the early Ultima games, sometimes there was more than just on off. An action would actually have one of two virtues that would either go up or it would not go anywhere. Sometimes it would actually be a negative virtue ding, and something else would go up. And so you ended up with always using math in order to track things, and that's where like gaming the system actually has always become something that if you understand the math, you understand exactly what you're doing. So if I go steal a bunch of things and then I turn around and I go find a beggar and I give him a gold piece over and over and over again, there's actually a way to game the system and just by bit flipping essentially. So
again, the article goes into more depth, and the way the author writes things, I think it would hit home a little bit more. The way,
I didn't think it was a very well written article because it didn't come to a very good conclusion, and it wasn't very in depth as far as how that math affects gameplay, whether or not it's positive or negative.
Why you didn't like the whole bit? Well, I guess we're going to go down this path. You didn't like the whole bit about the dilemmas of the 12-year-old minds as they were trying to be virtuous throughout the lands. You didn't dig that whole what they were thinking about and not thinking about the math behind it. Yeah.
But that's only referring to the early Ultimas. It's not where it really affects the newer games, or because if you think about it, if math is killing video games, how is it killing video games when you're bringing up an anecdote of an early Ultima?
Immersion, man. You're breaking my immersion.
Sorry, baby. I still love you, but at the same time, I don't think it was a very well-written article, and it doesn't show the application of what's going on.
I have to disagree. I have to think that back when he was looking at that and that little piece, the thoughts process of a young teen trying to figure out what these virtues and stuff and whatnot were in one game and what this meant in another game and how this made them think about things in another game. And when it all came down to it, none of that mattered because it was all math. That's what I walked away from. The conundrum of whether I'm being virtuous or not had really nothing to do with,
Okay, so the subtitle of the article is "Too many games still reduce their most important decisions to a number."
No, then you're reading the wrong article.
Why math is strangling video game morality.
Oh boy.
Again, I don't have the article right in front of me because I wasn't.
That's right. You're not missing much.
I just wanted to touch on it, but
Doesn't
you
sound
wanted
like
to
you're
go
missing
down
anything.
there.
You know what? Here, I'll link it to you just because I can. But if I can ever find Discord. And don't forget, you can always join us in Discord if you have an opinion on any of this, and you can interject either Laz or myself, and then you can say hi, or just like Mom did a second ago. And then from there, you can also hang out or just listen in.
Or fart.
Or fart. Just like the new guy that I don't know who it is. Ludger, long last name. Welcome to Discord.
Welcome. Oh, that's actually his name. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't make these things up. I mean,
well, I thought you might have been interpreting the news. Long last name, like you weren't even going to try and pronounce it.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so this one I will let Laz reread because it is a few pages long, and it will.
Well, yes, this
So
is
we'll
the
bring
article.
this up
and
tomorrow.
I read the article. I'm just telling you what I.
We'll take it up tomorrow because if you look at the
we will
time,
push it off till tomorrow.
because
as intended.
Because there was something that you wanted to talk about before the show
as
that
intended.
we have not touched on, and that is going to be player events.
Player events.
So it is something that I encourage everybody to actually go do. If you find a player event in your area, go ahead and attend it. I mean, so that way you can find like-minded players. You can go out, hang out with them, do all kinds of weird things, and get to know some of your players a little bit better because it does contribute to the entire gameplay aspect of D-Bad.
D-Bad, that is right. For those of you who do not know the cardinal rule around here, it is D-Bad, and D-Bad stands for don't be a dick. Don't be a dick to your fellow players out there. Try and be nice, unless, of course, you're role-playing, and if you role-play a dick really well, just keep it in role-play. Don't take it outside the game.
Now, I want us to look carefully at the first group picture that you posted earlier, because I want you to take a guess how many people in this picture currently do not play the game.
Let's see. First group picture. That's
The one where we are all hanging out inside of a photo thingy of some sort.
Well, how many people don't play the game? I don't think Casey's son plays the game. I don't think his wife plays the game. And that would be about all.
Okay, so I think Casey gets his son to play the game. His wife definitely doesn't play the game. But Heather's, the guy holding the wooden chalice is the only one that really does not play the game.
Oh, I know Heather played. I know you play, and I know Richard plays. Yeah.
I play, Lord British plays, Elwyn plays, Alan, I forgot his in-game name, plays, Winfield plays, Casey Cupcakes plays. I think he gets his son to play because, you know what, you always need child labor in order to do repetitive tasks. Hit the E key for the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
Jackalope.
When you need somebody out there.
Mind this up.
What's that?
Oh my God.
I can't hear him.
Oh. Wait, hold on.
Pictures. We got pictures up.
Hold on.
Yes, we got pictures up.
What is 4 times 12,000 gold?
A lot of money.
48,000 gold.
There you go, 12,000 gold. I get to make 400 scrolls. Yay!
Woohoo!
Yeah, so... but this is one where it's like... The thing about this is... you shared this picture the other night, but I'm not going to go find it, of Richard actually taking a picture with this guy with this mammoth beard. We were at the Renfest over the weekend at the Sherwood Forest Fair in McDade, Texas, which is right outside of Austin. And some guy just randomly walks up to him and say, "Richard Garrett? Hi." And it's like, "I've been playing your games forever, blah, 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 blah." And it's like, then he's like, "Oh yeah, these are some players of the new game we're playing." And it's like, "Come join us and try to the avatar and have a great grand old time." And it's like, "What? You're making another game?"
What?
And he talked about how it was going to be the spiritual successor to Ultima, and it's one where spiritual successor really means it's going to have a virtue system. It's going to be set in a fantasy world of some sort. It's going to
have Ultima-like feeling to it, but it is not going to be a remake of Ultima in any way.
Because
it's got all the Lord British-esque features that you're used to, plus some.
You want, but you get to delve into
a whole new package.
You get to delve into the somewhat demented mind of Lord British.
Now, of course, I got a really quick. I was hitting it on it early, and we were out last night, and I got a laugh out of Donnie Brascow. As we were out in central Brittany, and of course Zeke was on. We were having a good time showing the new guys around, and he says, "Hey, Laz, can I buy one of those teleport scrolls off you?" And I was like, "Here, I'll give you one." And I says, "Well, shit, you just came into a whole bunch of gold. Why don't you just buy 10? He says, "Well, how much are they?" I says, 1,500 gold. He says, "What? That's too much." I says, "One's 150 gold." He tells me, "F you. I don't need that shit." He says, "I'll look." 10 minutes later, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Somebody goes, "Why don't you teleport?" And I tell you what, I pissed my pants laughing. Of course, I had to bust his balls over it. I said, "So, 1,500's too much for a couple teleport scrolls, eh, buddy? Better go out there and learn your own."
I'll just walk. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was funny because, I mean, not 5 minutes earlier, he told me to go F off. I don't need teleport skills. I walk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Donnie is one of the newest members of our guild. So, of course, I got to rib him. And he brought along a friend. They both came in on the free play week last week. And welcome to those guys, as well as all the new folks out there in the game who have become citizens of New Britannia since the free play week. Got to welcome you guys if you happen to be catching us out there on the radio or on YouTube or on replays on nbnn.info or WRFB. But moving right along, we got today's calendar of events, what's going on around town here in the game for you folks today.
We don't have a calendar. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we have the community calendar.
Oh, where do I go to get that?
You would go to nbnn.info/calendar HTML. Yes. I know Jack's smiling. He's like, he added the HTML. I can't believe you remember to add the HTML.
You bastard. I got this little warning on my screen.
Warning.
Yeah, I have an ad blocker.
You like that? Warning.
You bastard.
Okay, hey, man, I'm good. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Okay, so don't forget that the Shroud of the Avatar.
You should have seen what happened next, but I took that part of the code out.
Oh.
I'll tell you about that after the show.
Okay. That's what I get for not being around. Oh, yeah. So
That's right.
I really did not get home from the Sherwood Forest Fair until Sunday about 4 o'clock.
I was going to say about a half hour before today's show because...
well, that would have been a possibility, but I wasn't parked at the camping grounds. I was parked in the general parking, and I was afraid of my vehicle being towed. because I actually snuck into the campgrounds and hung out with a few people. Had a blast. And so if you're going to be in the Austin area around April Fool's Day, there is also a plan in order to go camping at the Sherwood Forest Fair and then spend the day at in the fair. This is going to be on the Soda Austin meetup. If you go to join the meetup channel for that, you'll be able to get. I'll talk about more about that. So don't forget, the NBNN community calendar is an aggregate of all the public Google calendars related to Shroud of the Avatar. If your calendar is not there and you want it included, you can just email news@nbnn.info in order to have that calendar added eventually as Laz figures out how to do it again. Clicking 3 buttons way too long.
No clue.
Since this is Monday, March 13th, don't forget early bird tickets and VIP tickets for SodaCon Austin in October are still ongoing. There are 2 VIP tickets still available, which include the Grand Tour of the Portalarium Studios, led by none other than Lord British himself. If you know that you're not going to be able to make it to SodaCon and you still want that rare cloak, go ahead and make a donation on SodaConAustin.org. Get your cloak secured. Otherwise,
Get your cloak on.
you
That's right.
won't be able to wear one.
If you're out there collecting Shroud of the Avatar cloaks, this is a cloak you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want it in your collection.
Eventually.
Only 1,000 available.
Today, noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, around the clock, two idiots that don't know what they're doing on a daily basis sit there and interpret the news for you on a show called Lunch
Lunch
with Laz and
us.
Jack on WRFB,
WRFB.
Radio Free Britannia. Today at 6 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, Grumpy Old Gamers taking over the airwaves and taking
EOG.
the alternative route. At 7 p.m. on WRFB
WRFB.
is the 70s at 7. At 8 p.m.
Hey, man.
on Avatar's Radio is Monday Nights with DJ Killy. At
Get
8 p.m. is an Open RP event and Verat Chaos. This is
Verat
an open
Chaos.
role-playing event located at the Pub of Extraordinary Thought in Verat Chaos, which is nested in Dawn's Keep just south of Brittany. That's hosted by Andartiana Zazariz. And don't forget that all the best adventures always begin in a pub, bar, or inn of some sort. So you do need to go hang out and figure out what's going on in the world. At 9 p.m., the Order of Vengeance Guild meeting is taking place. Taking place in the town of Vengeance, and sometimes they do occasionally ask everybody to go over there and join them and kill them. I mean, engage in some friendly PvP with them, because they are an anti-PK guild. Yay.
Yay.
And I do have a request for something. Violation was telling me this at the telethon, that there is a video of someone out there killing him repeatedly, and they put it to music, and I need the link for that.
I saw the video.
I need the link to it.
They auto-tune Duke Violation
Yes.
doing something,
I need the video. I cannot find it, and I'm not looking too hard, but I need
You're not looking hard enough. It's all over the place.
I need someone to send that to me. The final event of this Monday, March 13th, is on WRFB.
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia.
That is the record room covering oldies from the 40s all the way through the 70s.
That's right.
That is our community calendar in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. Now, of course, we would like to remind you that we are proud sponsors of SodaCon 2017 Austin. If you need any information, don't forget, you can go to sodaconaustin.org, or you can contact me and I'll get you all the information that you need. And that'll bring us up to our sponsors. Of course, you can catch us in replays on WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, throughout the day. As well, you can catch Unmedicated Schizophrenia Parts 1 and Part 2 on Wednesdays and Thursdays with the Deco Divas out there. Don't forget Grimy Traders Auction House. If you want to start an auction, whether it be cash or gold, go to grimytraders.com and start your own auction. It's free to list, it's free to sell, it's free to buy. It's free, folks. Our good friends and official sponsors of NBNN, the Auchenshire and Markham Farms, for your wholesale cotton reagents, vegetables, ale, and more, located in Dawn's Keep just south of central Brittany, and also with location in Shroud Marketplace for your buying convenience. Of course, our good friends over at the Britannia Mining Company want you to come down the Market Road and check out all the vendors for all your crafting needs. And I hear Ezekiel Cooper's got something else he wants to tell the folks about out there. Zeke?
Yeah, guys, just got a new music store in Owl's Head right behind the NPC Crafters Crafting Pavilion. Got all these tunes I've been playing today here on the show. If you want some good tunes at high quality conversion and transcription, come on down. Got all the good hits down there. They sound really good in the game.
Well, there you go.
Excellent.
Check out Zeke's Music Shop, now available in Owl's Head. Of course, our good friend Jacob White over at sodamap.com, coming to a screen near you, hopefully in the next release here in Trinity Avatar. It will become your in-game mini-map. Sodamap.com for all your travel needs throughout the lands. You'll never get lost with sodamap.com, because Sodamap is truth. Lord British said it himself. Heard it with my own 2 ears. Of course, Relics by Rild, relicsbyrild.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. Ben is at it again. He's got all sorts of new t-shirts, new sorts of art, new stickers, all sorts of great stuff out at relicsbyrild.com. And if you want to save a couple bucks on all that swag when you check out at Relics by Rild, use the promo code NBNN. You'll get 10% off your purchase when you check out there. And last but not least, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. Check. I'm going to tell the boys and girls about the marketplace.
Yeah, don't forget Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. And each of the stores on Shroud Marketplace is actually run by the individual vendors. The marketplace just provides a listing service for everyone. So if you are interested in selling your wares, you can always register for an account. Then click on vendor registration, make sure that you've got your PayPal information in there correctly, and you can start listing your items up for sale. Anything game related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace as long as it does not violate the terms of service. From accounts all the way to services. Anything can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. And don't forget to visit, if you're looking for game gold, you can find some people selling their game gold, Crowns of the Obsidian, any of that. I love the services, especially Wolfdom's shop with the cheese sign writing.
Cheesy writing. I heard he was going to be giving away some cheesy writing services on Wake Up New Britannia.
Yeah.
Or is that, did I hear that wrong?
You may have heard it correctly. There was not a show this weekend. That's
right. They're on break this weekend.
So they will be back.
We're on break.
Don't forget, you can also access like Soda Design Services, Curtis Music Service, or even Weddings and More by Laz.
That's right. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. If you want to get hitched, need a place to throw a grand party, or just looking for a place to live or a couple good deals, check out Weddings and More by Laz.
And don't forget, Shroud Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related.
That's right.
Cooler than the before.
Now, I gotta say, I know there's a lot of gold on the marketplace, but I tell you what, last night, as I was ending my night, I went through the day's post, and I saw over 6 million in gold available from 3 different sellers out there on the forums. So gold is readily available all over the place, people. For those of you gold lookers.
Yeah, gold will always be available. It's just, especially considering the game has allowed, they know that they're not going to be able to stop it, and they have sat there and said, you know what, we're going to be hands off. Caveat emptor. Go ahead, y'all can trade for real money transactions, and we are not going to overstep that unless that is your entire business model. And then we will go after the professional services that are just trying to exploit game mechanics.
If it's farmers out there running 24-hour bots, yes.
Yeah, generally they're engaging in some sort of exploit in order to do that. So if you end up doing one of the outliers, they will hunt you down. They will ban those accounts.
They will hunt you down and kill you.
Yep.
But meanwhile, we got to wrap it up and get out of here. And of course, we can't forget the most important folks out there. And that's you guys. We love you guys. We thank you for joining us today. Thank you for watching. And thank you for all those folks who are out there supporting us. Don't forget, you can go to patreon.com/NBNN and support the show as well. You can just come on in and shout it out how much you love hanging out with us, or just, when you see us, if you like what we're doing, tell us you enjoy the show. it's a nice boost to our confidence. We appreciate it. But meanwhile, we got to get out of here for today. We will be back with more tomorrow, as always, right here on Lunch with Laz and Jack. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NDNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans happening right here in Owl's Head 5 days a week. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you all tomorrow, folks.
Hey.
Yay.
We lived.
I love this shit.
I completely missed Sid. Sound effects.
Where's your sound guy? Where's our sound guy?
Did you give him a contract or something and that's why he's not here?
No clue.
Hand it out.
No contract. You get no
Oh.
stinking contract.
Hello sent it to me. We got rolled.
We're clear.